because Conor Gallagher has been linked to Manchester United again this morning. He is desperate to be playing football ahead of the World Cup. We've heard that story before. And January is an opportunity for him to get out. Manchester United looking at that again, as I'm sure many other clubs will do, because he is the quintessential January transfer signing. And I think if you can construct a deal whereby you bring him in, but it's a loan to buy, and I think, as much as I don't want to look at the chat at the moment while I say this, I actually think Conor Gallagher at Man United would be a very quick, instant hit. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to come in and be Brian Robson or Roy Keane, but I certainly think he could come in and be an Ander Herrera. And those types of players are really important. And I'm not saying we bring Conor Gallagher in as a player that's going to be the guy that's going to take us into the top four and hopefully get us into title races. But our midfield is really bare. It's threadbare, really. And I don't rate Casemiro anymore. I don't think Bruno's a midfielder. And Mainu and Ugarte are struggling under Amorim. So if you bring somebody in like Conor Gallagher, you're going to need 4 midfielders in the modern game anyway, especially if you want to play European football. Injury, amount of games, subs, etc. I actually think that this is not everybody's going. We probably need 2, maybe 3 midfielders in the next 2 seasons. We need 2 midfielders in the next 12 months. And if one of those is Conor Gallagher, then he's still in his mid-20s. He is Premier League proven. He is hungry. He is consistent. I thought Chelsea were weird to get rid of him, but in hindsight, you look at the players they brought in, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, etc. I think if it's somebody Ruben Amorim wants, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I'd certainly want Man United to be at the front of that queue ahead of a Crystal Palace, because sometimes when you're going for Angelo Stiller or Baleba or Wharton or Anderson, they're at the top of the mountain. So you're going to pay the top price and you're going to compete. When you go for someone like Conor Gallagher, he's gone to Atletico Madrid. It hasn't worked out. He's not going to be the sort of player that Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City or Liverpool want. So you're going to be competing against the Newcastles, the Aston Villas, the Crystal Palaces, and his price is not going to be 60, 70 million. It's going to be 30, 40 million. As I say, this could be like an Ander Herrera type signing, loan to buy. I think we need to be all over it. And again, we'll talk about the Garnacho thing in a moment, but I think this vindicates Ruben Amorim again. I think Amorim's in such a strong position at the moment because he's obviously beaten Liverpool. He's having a bit of a glow up at last, and he's being vindicated on a lot of things this week, like Baleba. Like, I think we all know we should have done that deal. But even Conor Gallagher, like, we tried to do that deal towards the end of the window and we didn't do it. Vindication again, that we probably should be going back in January, that we should be going back in for Baleba in the summer. So I think Amorim's having a good time of it at the moment. And I really do feel that in the January transfer window, I would love to see Conor Gallagher come in on a loan to buy, and then in the summer go for somebody else as well. Because if also the positive is, if we try and go, we're not doing anything in January, we're not doing anything in January. We're not doing it. It reminds me of when I was a kid and we used to go like to the American Adventure in the Alton Towers, and I'd be really excited with the map. And I'd go, are we going on Niagara Falls, which was like those round boat things that go down? No, we're not going on that because it'll be too busy. We'll avoid that area. And I'm like, but it's one of the best rides at Alton Towers. Yeah, we're not going to go there. And it's a bit like United. January transfer window. Are we going to do anything that? No. But we're there. We need to. No, we're going to avoid that. We need to get in. We need to get into those rapids and do a couple of deals, because we need 2 midfielders in the summer. And if we wait till the summer to do 2 midfielders, it makes it more difficult. It's a World Cup year. I think you're an idiot if you need. If you're a club like Man United that needs to sign players, we still do need to sign players, and we ignore January, then we're idiots. Because last summer, no major tournament, players are on holiday, agents are willing to talk. Next summer, massive World Cup. Teams will be finishing the World Cup and going straight into pre-season. Players will be finishing the season and going straight into World Cup preps. It's going to be a really challenging summer next summer to do deals. And therefore, you've got to use January.